It's just basically going to be a video of me talking, nothing going on except the occasional interruption by whoever decides to come in. So yeah, this is the video, and it's gonna be really long, and I hope you like it. And if you don't think that you're gonna like it and you think it's gonna be boring, then go ahead and keep watching. So yeah. Finally. Finally. Okay, this video is gonna be me just talking about my quince, because a lot of people have asked me to tell them my quince experience. I think I'm gonna do this all in one video because I hate editing and I'm not in the mood for it. So I'm just gonna do this all in one take, and that's why it's gonna look so bad. But don't kill me, please. Sorry I look rough today. I'll put this in my hair to look better. That looks worse. But it's fine, doesn't matter. Where do I start? My quince experience. I'm gonna do my quince and then my experience with my dream quinceanera. If you haven't seen those episodes, I'll put them somewhere. You can find them. First of all, I was planning my quince ever since my sister had one, and I lived through their quinces and I wanted one, obviously. So I was planning it, and I've got a Pinterest board that dates back like 4 years. I don't even know. Go through my Pinterest board and hi.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Can I come in for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? You're gonna get my dress?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they done with the shower? Yeah, I started planning my quince like 3 years in advance, and by planning I mean like coming up with ideas and like thinking about it. And then we actually started planning maybe like a year and a half in advance. So mine was in January, and no one ever has it in January. I don't know why, but I was in January. The year before that, I was already excited. I'm like, ooh, I just turned 14. My quince is in 365 days. Let's start planning it. And my mom's like, relax. And I didn't relax. So I was like, Mom, take me to LA. Take me to LA. I'm gonna find my dress now. So my mom's like, let's go to Moda first. So we went to Moda in Anaheim, and they put on a bunch of dresses, like pink dresses, cute dresses, whatever. But they were all too short. Like you could see my feet. So my mom was all like, no, esas están muy cortos, you know, right? And my mom was like, she was basically like, do you guys have any longer ones? And the lady's like, no. And the lady was having a bad day, something like that. And she was like, nadie va a ver el vestido, señora. And my mom got mad. She got mad. She's like, let's get out of here. Like, you're gonna get your dress made just for you so that it's long enough. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not even that tall. Then I made her take me to LA. We went to LA, like, you know, the downtown fashion district, whatever. We went there, and we went to a bunch of dress stores, but for some reason we were in a hurry. Not sure why. She took me to the store. So my mom picked 3 dresses, and she tried them all on me, and she's like, pick one. And I'm like, I don't like these dresses, right? So I had to pick from those 3 dresses, and I picked Mr. Turtle over here. At that point, I was having a winter wonderland theme because my quince was in January. So I was gonna have like, and my favorite color was blue too. So I was gonna have like ice theme. It was gonna be like frosty blue or whatever. The damas were gonna wear like light ice blue. So I wanted a light blue dress for my ice theme, but she said no, that it was supposed to be white. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we got this dress. I didn't absolutely love it, which I thought I was supposed to, but I accepted it. I was like, whatever. A couple months go by, we booked the salon, we booked the whatever, we book everything except the photographer. We're missing a photographer. So we go, the salon has a tasting for their food. So we go to the tasting and they have a bunch of vendors, like cake vendors. So we got my cake vendor there and we met these guys who were photographers, and I was like, oh my god, please. They had, their pictures were just like gorgeous, and they had the book with the pictures, and it had like a video on the front, and it was like your pre-video and your quince video. I was like, Mom, please, like, please, you didn't let me get the dress I wanted, please let me get these photographers, right? And she said no, but then later on she said yes. We got my photographer, whatever, and we went to my session de fotos, right? We did it in Anaheim, at Cal State, in Anaheim, Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton, at the Arboretum. And I took my dress and I took pictures. We took my pictures there, and it was nice, it was cool, except that I kept changing dresses. I had like 4 dress changes, and I was like, kill me now, like, I want to go home. So we did that, and then the practices. Let me get into my court and the practices. So ever since the beginning, well, once I decided that I was gonna have a Snow White theme, I decided I was gonna have 7 chambelanes. At first we were gonna say only 5 of them were gonna dance and the 2 were just gonna like walk in the mass, but 7 total in pictures and everything. And then I was always gonna have damas and 6 damas. That would mean 6 damas, right? Because I'm one of them, right? So 6 damas, including me, and 7 chambelanes. And I knew that was gonna be hard to coordinate, so I got people who weren't as busy, I guess. I had my damas chambelanes. We were practicing since the beginning of November, and my quince was in January. No, ending of October. The last week of October we were practicing. Yes. For some reason we missed like 3 practices. That's like a whole month, and we were way behind. And we had like 6 dances to do, like the brindis, the entrada, the father-daughter, the vals, the sorpresa, and the, which other one? I don't know, some other dance. But we had to learn all of that in like 3 months. Look who wants to be in my video. We practiced usually on Wednesdays, I think. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But we would practice, and it was over winter break, so a lot of people had a lot of time. And my damas weren't in all the dances. My damas were only in the brindis, the entrada, and the salida. And then my chambelanes were in the vals, I guess just the vals. Oh, and the surprise dance. So we would practice just with the chambelanes. And then I was ready. We had everything in order. He's trying to squirm away, but I'm like, you're the one who walked in here and you knew I was filming. So, and I got an email. I was in San Francisco for some reason. I don't remember why. And I got an email, and it said, from the My Dream Quinceanera company, and it said, hi Anna, are you still interested in being part of the show? And I was like, yes. So they're like, okay, can you send us a video, an update video? So basically I sent in one video in like January, back when I was looking for my first dress. Remember, I was super excited. So I sent in a video, and they basically have questions that you have to answer in your video, and I did that. So they emailed me and they asked me for an updated video, and I did that. No. I sent them a video, and then I went to San Francisco. So I was here at home when they sent me the first email. So I sent them the update video, and then before we went to San Francisco, I got on my skateboard and I hit a speed bump going too fast, and I fell and broke my elbow. This was 3 days before Christmas, so exactly a month before my birthday and about a month before my quince, I had a broken elbow. I went to the emergency room, and they put it in a giant sling that went all the way to my shoulder, and I was like this, right? So I sent her the updated video, and I was like, hey, look, I've kind of got a broken arm, So she loved that. She was like, oh my God, yes. Like, we want you. Like, of course. So we went to San Francisco for something. I don't remember why. And on the way back, it was like a Saturday, Sunday, whatever. She wanted to meet with us. She's like, can you and your mom come in? And by her, I mean the producer of the show. She asked us to come in, and we were driving all day. It's like an 8-9 hour drive from San Francisco to here, and the office was in Hollywood. So I was like, Mom, please, please, please. I was like, please, 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 take me, right? And she's like, okay, fine. It was so bad. The drive over there was like raining, and there were like no lights on the highway that we were on. It was really scary. We thought we were gonna die. We got there, it was like 9. We were supposed to be there at 7. I was like, you know what? We're gonna be late. And she's like, about how late? And I'm like, 2 hours. And she's like, that's fine. I'm gonna be in the office anyway. I'm like, cool. And we talked about it. She asked me about my theme, about my chambelanes and all this stuff. It was basically chill, right? She talked about what she wanted to do for the episodes. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in the show. Like, I went into that meeting not knowing if they were gonna pick me or not. So she was saying, okay, so I think we're gonna film the first episode at your house. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on it. Like, you're lying. Like, you're lying to me right now. This was 2 weeks before my quince. 2 weeks. January 14th, I remember. And my quince was January 26th. So she was like, your quince is coming up like now. And I was like, yes, I know. On Monday, she came with the crew to my house. And they filmed us building the well, and it was really weird. There was like a 20 cameramen in my house and in my room, and there was like lights on me, and there was like sandbags, and there was like the little chomper thing for the scene thing, whatever. We filmed the first episode here at home, and then the second episode, oh my God, what was the second episode? The second episode was here too, and I put on my dress, and it was basically me and my mom fighting over heels, right? So me and my mom fighting over heels, and then we went to the designer for the venue that did my centerpieces, and we picked those, and I was happy with those. And the third episode was the practice, and my mom was like yelling at us. She's like, focus, like the quince is tomorrow, you have to focus. And I was like, the quince is tomorrow? And I was so nervous, and everyone else was so nervous too. But then the dances came out fine, so I was like, Mom, relax. The third episode was the practice, and then they threw a surprise party for me at one of my chambelanes' house. And now let's get into my actual experience the day of my quince. So they, like I said, they had that surprise party for me on Friday, and we got out of there like at 10, and then we had like 3 guys to give rides home to. So I got home maybe like 11 or whatever, and I passed out. Like, I just like fell asleep. And in the morning I woke up like at 7 maybe, and everyone was getting ready. There's like 30 people in my house. No, just kidding. So 2 of my cousins were here. My grandma was here. And my 3 sisters, my mom and my dad. So there's only 8 people in my house at 7 in the morning. My sisters wake up. They all start getting ready. But the camera crew told me, you cannot start getting ready until we get here. So the camera crew gets here at 9:30. Everyone's ready. I told all my damas and chambelanes to be there at 8. Because they always run late. I was like, they're gonna run late, they're gonna be here like by 9, which is perfect. And no, they were all here at 8. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot have this right now. 7 chambelanes and 6 damas. Oh, I can't do math. Plus my extra damas that flew in from wherever they live. Like 25 people in my house at 8. So I'm doing my little sister's makeup, trying to like waste time until the crew gets there so my sister can start doing my makeup. And the crew finally gets here. They take like half an hour to set up. So I'm over here waiting, like, please, like, just let me. And the church was at like 1 or 2, I don't know. So we had time, but it's already 10 and I have nothing done. I don't have my hair done. I don't have my makeup done. I'm just like sitting there, like not doing anything. Also, I haven't eaten in like the past like 10 hours. So I was hungry. My dad went to go get me Starbucks. He got me a coffee and a cookie. So I was gonna eat that, but then they started filming and my sister started doing my makeup and we were running late and it was already 12 and my main dama comes in and I ask her, I'm like, Lisa, please, can you go get me my cookie? I'm like starving. And at this time, I haven't eaten in like 12 hours. I was like, please go get me my
to go get my cookie. And she comes back. Well, I'm still doing my makeup. She comes back and she's like, someone ate your cookie. And I'm like, what? I know that doesn't seem like a big deal. You're like, oh my God, Anna, you're exaggerating. But I'm starving. And I'm overstimulated. From the 25 people that are running around my house, I'm tired. I'm stressed out. I have no makeup, no hair done. And there's, I don't know, it's just a lot of stress and nervousness that like building up, right? And when she said someone ate your cookie, I lost it. I got so mad. I barged in my room and I'm like, everyone out of my room. Because my whole court, there was like 15 people in my room and I was like, everyone out! Everyone get out, right? And then they would not get out. I'm like, oh my God, get out! Like, what don't you get about that? It was all good. But then I started crying because I was stressed out. So they were taking my pictures here at home, like with my dad and my mom in the sala taking pictures, you know, the regular stuff, right? And I was crying. And my Dream Quince crew, which was maybe like 15 people, and my own photographer crew, which was maybe like 5 people. Like photographer, the one that I got at the quince thing, the one that's for my actual quince pictures. I love how I'm just holding his arm up right here. So there was, on top of the 25 people in my house, there was the 15 cameramen. That makes like what, 30? 5 more, so maybe like 35 people in my house total. And there was people coming in and they would have to stop filming and they'd be like, we have to do it again. So by the time, so then I was crying during my pictures, and the producer from the show, the one from the beginning of this whole story, she comes in and she's like, Anna, it's okay, Anna, relax, like it's fine. She was helping me put on my dress. I don't know where my mom was, I don't know where my sister was. The producer was helping me put on my dress while I'm crying. So I'm over here crying, I have my eyeliner done, I have my makeup done, and I'm like crying. And they're filming me in my room, putting my dress on, everything, right? And she's like, Anna, don't worry, I've dealt with quinceañeras crying all the time, they'll be fine. You're just gonna have fun. So I get in the party bus and I'm in the worst mood I think I've ever been in my whole life. I get in the party bus and I'm like, do not talk to me. Like, no one talk to me. I'm like, Johnny, don't let anyone talk to me. I cannot right now. And then my sister's stressed out too. So it's stressing me out more. And I'm in the party bus and I start to get over it. People are dancing. We're going to the church. I start to get over it. And I'm at the church. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna let this ruin my day. So I don't even know why I was so upset. I think I was just stressed and hungry and tired and it just all like bottled up. I don't know. I was being kind of dramatic, but either way, it didn't feel dramatic at the time. So we get to the church. We go through the church. It was pretty quick because I was by myself in the church. Like, it was just me. There wasn't any other quinceañeras. So it was really quick. And then we get in the party bus again and we go to get in and out. So we get in and out. It's the first thing I've eaten. And we get boba, so I'm happy. And we go to the venue, the salon. And there's a park outside. So we take pictures at the park. They film at the park. It's all good, right? And then I'm happy, I'm chilling, you know, we're all good. We practice the vals outside. There's people inside already, they're filming. I watch my pura video, it's super cute. I watch my slideshow that I made myself. And I didn't even want to watch anymore because I would see it, I had already seen it so many times. And we do our dances and everything's good. And a lot of people in my episode, because I read the comments, you know, a lot of people, they were like, oh my God, I cannot believe she's crying with him and not with her dad. And I was like, first of all, back off. Second of all, let me tell you the story. So I did my father-daughter dance, and I didn't want to cry because I'm out on the stage and I had already cried myself out. Like, I didn't have any tears left. I was just kind of like, you know what, I want to have fun in the father-daughter dance, in the vibes, whatever. And then when came the salida, I was getting emotional and I'm like, oh my God, like this is it. Like, this is the last dance. It's going to be over tonight. Like, I can't believe it. And we walk out in the salida and I'm with Johnny, right? So we're walking out, and right when the music stops and we're off of the stage, we're like basically backstage, I don't know how to call it. And I start crying. Like, I'm like crying, and he comes over and hugs me and he starts crying, and we're both just like crying, hugging each other. And my dad comes over, he's like, Mija, and then I hug my dad and I'm crying. But of course they didn't show that because they're sneaky. They didn't show that in the show. But basically, I wasn't gonna cry on stage during my dance. I had decided that. I was like, I'm not gonna cry on stage. I decided I wasn't gonna cry at all, but then it just happened. So that was it. And then it was the party. We took pictures with the cake. They did an interview outside, a last interview of me, and I started crying again. I don't really exactly know why. I watched it and I was like, why was I crying? But I think it's just like the emotion of all of it. And then they were having me like talk in front of the camera. I had a light on me and I was just like, and we were dancing. I danced all night. We were all dancing all night. I didn't take any pictures in my photo booth. Actually, I took 2 pictures in my photo booth. One with Johnny and one with all my chambelanes, but that was it. And that was basically it. I mean, this video is gonna be long. This is a long video. So, yeah, and that was my quince. It was stressful. I cried. It was amazing. I loved it.